So I'm here outside Lords. It's September 2023, which means another season has finished. So as per tradition, I'm going to do my season review. Well, I say tradition, it only started last year. Anyway, so April, season started. In fact, just before that, I was here for an event at Lords where an author, Nick Brooks, had written a book on Sri Lankan cricket, Islands 11. So I was invited into the MCC committee room to talk about that, to listen to him talk about that book. Fantastic book, really recommend if you can, on the history of the Islanders cricket team. And then I came here April, it was Middlesex versus Essex, the start of the season. Saw Graham Gooch, and he turned 70 this year, and I gave him a birthday card, and imprinted on that was an essay I had written about him, and the Cricketer magazine published a subset of that in, I think, July or June this summer. So very happy with that, and Graham Gooch appreciated my efforts. And incidentally, on that date, Graham Gooch was there, John Embry was there, Mike Gadding was there, and Derek Pringle was there. And for those who may remember, in 1988, England selected 4 captains. Those 3, and Pringle had to take the command in when Gooch got injured at the Oval, so it doesn't count as a test captaincy, but still he was there. It's a shame Chris Cowdery wasn't there. I could have orchestrated a photo with all of those 4 or 5 captains. And then on that day, I remember, or second or third day, Middlesex, the top 4 batsmen all got ducks. So pretty poor start to Middlesex, and considering what happened for the rest of the season and what's happening off the field, not a great time for Middlesex. So yeah, as a Middlesex supporter, a bit upset. I also got to re-acquainted with the stats group at the Oval. They're a lovely bunch of people, Surrey members, so obviously enemies with me, but they always are very welcoming, and I call them the stats group because they know all the statistics of cricket, even more than me, which is saying something. In the pavilion, I saw for the first time, I think I'd heard rumours about it, some graffiti in what was the old changing room, the away one, and I saw Warwick Armstrong from 1920, so fantastic history there. I got married this year, and before that, about a month or so before, they allowed Marla and me to walk down the pavilion steps pretending we were opening the batting in an Ashes Test match. So check my other YouTube for that, that was fantastic. On a sadder note, Auntie Mari, who was like a grandmother to me, she died just before the season started at the age of 91, so she had a good innings. But incidentally, her son, Dilip, was very, very good friends with Simon Hughes growing up. And Simon Hughes, in one of his tour autobiographies, I'm not sure which one, he refers to the Dilip's wedding in Madras, 1993, Bangalore rather. I couldn't go, obviously, at school, but my mother attended it. And he gives a lovely review of that wedding in his tour diary. In terms of my quest to get 100 Test captains, this season I had a further 2. So Carlos Braithwaite at Surrey and Tom Latham, who was playing for Surrey as well, but I got him here at Lords. So 15 to go, I'm on 85. So just having started in 2001, so probably going to be another 4 or 5 years, I reckon. For the Irish Test match here, I wore a shirt saying, "I hate T20, it must die." That raised a few rounds of applause. I was quite happy with that. There was an MCC, a Middlesex event here for some of the past players. I met Norman Cowans, Richard Ellick, Harry Latchman, my former cricket coach, so I knew him. So it was nice to see that. And on that particular occasion, I brought in a newspaper from 1993 when I was 14 of Mike Gatting yelling at Angus Fraser because he wasn't bowling properly against the touring Australians. And I showed them both the newspaper article, and they had a good laugh about it. So that was funny. I saw Mickey Stewart at the Oval. He's 91-ish. Never met him before, but I had a video with him. You'll see that on my other channel, on my other YouTube clips. And it was really important for me to do that and thank him for what he's done for English cricket. He, along with Graham Gooch, put that mantra in: if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. That training, fitness, intrinsic to the modern game, is thanks to their forward thinking. So I think Mickey Stewart deserves that accolade, that praise rather. And then I went to the WTC final at the Oval. Fantastic, Australia, India. It was great to see Travis Head get that wonderful century. I saw that. Sadly, we still don't know what's happened with Graham Thorpe, one of my heroes. He's still in a coma. We don't know the reason why. An England legend and someone very close to my heart, so I wish him well. Since I live in St John's Wood, it's not actually not much of a surprise, but this summer in the High Street I bumped into David Warner, Graham Smith, Simon Jones, Craig Overton, Murali Karthik, but more randomly I bumped into Adam Holyoke in Piccadilly Circus. That was amazing. Saw Terry Alderman at the Oval, told him how much he'd ruined in my childhood in 1989 when England were battered 4-0. Saw Gideon Hay, who I've corresponded with before, the Australian journalist, so it was good to see him in the person. And going back to my wedding, our table names, I had them named after my heroes. So the head table, my one was Gower and Gooch. I had a Thorpe and Smith one, the War Twins, and Draven and Lakshman. So that was funny. That was great. Then August happened, and we had the 100. Don't care about that. Just binned it. Ashes, fair result, 2-2. I think that was a good series, and yeah, 2-2 I think is fair enough. Then I came here sort of only a couple of weeks ago, last week in fact. It was the food festival here, so really good. I saw Alan Lamb promoting his chili oil, highly recommended. There was another event here in the Pelham Suite with Gooch and Gower. They're now very much back as friends, and at one point they were holding hands, making fun about how close they've become. So it was really nice to see those two former England captains who fell out, and now, you know, really good to see that they're the best of mates now. And then I also got an email from Jamie Cox, who is the president of the MCC, or cricket director, because I was being a bit silly. I said, for the ODI, which happened just yesterday, I said Australia and New Zealand are playing in a combined 11 because it's ANZ. It was all tongue-in-cheek. It's obviously the sponsor, but Jamie Cox replied and said, no, it's actually New Zealand. You've got confused. ANZ is the sponsor. He actually thought I was being serious. So that was quite hilarious. And now we look forward to the World Cup this autumn. It's in India. I really don't know who's going to win. Sadly, West Indies aren't going to be there, which I think is shocking. The demise of the cricket in that region. So that's going to keep us going through the autumn, and then they're going to play in India. England are going to play in India in January. So quite a good winter to look forward to. And then next summer, I'll be here to see the West Indies and Sri Lankans. But as we say every September, where did the season go to? So this is me, Rajiv, signing over and out for the summer of 2023. Thank you.